about. I'm in our old chum, the greenhouse, and I've just been pricking my seedlings. If you hold your breath, it doesn't really hurt. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's the smallest plant or a whopping great tree. It must be planted nice and firmly. I, myself, personally, use the Prince Charles method. Onward. Well, I've had a really big post bag this week. A huge post bag. Let's see what we can dig out of it here. Very nice, is it? First letter says, Dear Reg, I'm trying to grow garlic in my garden, but my dog keeps eating it. Have you any tips? Yes. Keep well away from your dog, as his bark will be worse than his bite. Robert Bedford from Retford writes to say that he has a fruit tree growing in his garden, but he doesn't know what it is. He sent me a description of the tree and wants to know what he'll get hanging from it. Well, Robert, you'll get very achy arms. This was sent to me by Dennis Healy of Surbiton. Dennis says, can I tell him why this plant died? Well, I think it's obvious, don't you, Dennis? You pulled it out of the ground, you silly bird. I mean, how would you like it? Now, where's that rake? Rake's progress. Hurt my nose, amongst other things. Anyway, onward and upward. Here's a query about leeks in the garden. I don't recommend them myself, they ruin the grass. Bill Quill from Rill, he says, Dear Reg, if I spray my shallots with whiskey, will I get pickled onions? Bit silly, that, Bill. So, well, that's all from me, Reg Prescott. Next week, how to grow your own index-linked celery. Good gardening. See you next week in the greenhouse. Bye-bye. Oh, hi, DIY fans. Reg Prescott here, your old do-it-yourself chum. Well, this week, the wonderful world of electricity. Well, as I was... You moved, you rascal. What comes to mind when we think of electricity? Well, in my case, it's the bill. Seriously, don't think of electricity as the bogey man in the skirting board, or even the skirty man in the bogey board. Think of it as your hidden chum. So why not shake hands with Mr. Plug?
Shot 12, take 20.
Well, did you spot my deliberate mistake? Well, now it's time to tinker with Ronnie Razor here. Thing to remember about the razor is the voltage. Is he 115, or is he, like Mr. Reagan, 240? Little Sparky Huber there. Well, I've set this one for 240.
Take 38.
Wow. That's a shave I've ever made. Our old friend 250 volts again, I'm afraid. Well, I think it's time to take time out to answer some of your letters over here somewhere. My current mail. This one's from Curly Shirley of Purley. Curly asks, can I run my Sinclair C5 off the mains? Of course you can, but you'll need an extremely long piece of wire. Well, I've been deluged with mail about Tommy Toaster over here. Lots of you seem to have a problem with sticking toast. Well, here's one I reconditioned especially for the programme, and you can watch the smooth operation here. No problem, just a slight malfunction. Slight malfunction of the rheostat transistor flange, or to give it its proper technical term, a cock-up. Here's what I was talking about, the sticking piece of toast. Now, come on, you silly toaster. And in the words of the great Michael Faraday, ain't you got no house to go to? Bye for now. Oh, hello. Hello, DIY buffs. Prescott here with some more helpful DIY tips for all DIY freaks out there in DIY land. Well, your letters keep rolling in. And as you can see, I've got them stacked in this handy mail rack that we made last week for a staggering total of £1.87. This one from Derek Hollingsworth of Ward 3, the Middlesex Hospital, and he says, "Dear Reg, more power to your DIY elbow. Unfortunately, I had a little disagreement with my electric saw while constructing my mail rack. But not to worry, I'll be back in DIY harness by the time you get this." In fact, they say I'll have to wear this harness for a while yet. But say, Lappy, yours DIY-ly, Derek Hollingsworth. Right on, Derek. Just before we start, I'd like to say a few words about looking after your tools. A dirty tool is no use to anybody. They've got to be in the right place and clean and sharp, like our old mate, the crosscut saw. He likes to live down here, and I've really had a go at sharpening him today. Sorry about that, Kevin. I can pick it up from after the saw.
Yes, please.
Because it seemed all right up to there. Hello. Hello. Well, now to business. Let's get on with our French provincial Louis XIV cabinet, or cabinet, as they say in the Belle-France. You'll remember last week we started the cabinet, and we've completed the frame, as you can see. This week, we'll be doing the doors. And for this, we'll be using our trusty old chum, the electric jigsaw, down here.
Hold it!
I was holding it. Advise you never to leave electric tools plugged in on the bench, else you might have a really nasty accident. Right, this little rascal here can be a very handy friend around the workshop, and will save us a lot of time making our cabinet française. With this all-purpose blade, which is sharp enough to cut through anything. Let's get the door top, shall we? Let's call this door here number 1. Now this door over here, we'll call number 2. As you can see, I've marked out the shape, and we'll be cutting. Right here. Oh, we'll put the cutter on the edge here, right? Here we'll grab the wood with this hand. And we'll start off by cutting down the line, making sure we have the wood nice and steady. Well, here we are then. La cabinet est fini. As you can see, see, it's a piece of cake and takes no time at all. I'd like to hear from you about how you got on. You know, there's lots of room in these drawers, but... Kevin, are these my fingers? Well, that's it for now, DIY fans. See you next week.
The other way!
Oh. And don't forget to keep the workshop tidy. Thank you. Oh, hello there. DIY's Reg Prescott here with some more helpful DIY hints for your DIY day. This week, glue. As you can see, I've got in front of me here a lot of things that have been broken. Why don't you throw them away, I hear you cry? No, sirree. They can have a whole new life thanks to our old friend, Mr. Glue. Take this broken glass, for instance. I mean, some people might say, chuck it out, Reg. Others might say, there's blood on my overalls. There's blood on my overalls.
Hold it! And action.
Sorry, Kevin? Oh, pardon?
Action.
Oh, where do we go from?
From the glue.
The glue. Right. Hello, there are many types of glue on the market. There's Bostik and plastic, but this is my particular favourite here. It's called Super Bond, and it sticks anything to anything. But do be careful not to let it get anywhere near the skin. This one, for instance, is stuck to my hand. There's still a bit of glue on the outside of the container, but not to worry because I can get that off with a quick tug. Bit of skin off there. I think a few stitches won't bend. What you must be careful of course, is that there is some glue on the bench now, for instance, and it can stick to your leg. But not to worry, because you just apply some leverage against the edge of the bench, taking care that there's not glue about, as there is in this case. My leg's stuck to the bench. In which case you should try to get the methylating spirits onto the scene, taking care, of course, not to knock over the glue, which in this case is all over the place.
And you can't end up in this position that you see me in now. Well, that seems to wrap it up this week. This is Ed Prescott signing off and saying, see you next week. I'll certainly be here. Goodbye.